Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is that this reaches you. Grand Rising. My name is Misty. I'm with Love Awakening Authenticity. I'm a spiritual self-empowerment coach. I'm a conscious awareness coach. And more importantly, I'm a damn truth coach. What I do here is collective Christ conscious messages. I bring them down. I break them down into two energies, the masculine energy, the feminine energy, light side, dark side, positive, negative, instinct, intuition. So we can integrate these sinners and saints in ourselves, the empath and the narcissist in ourselves for our clearest and highest good. Whoop, whoop. Grand Rising. Well, it looks like we're going to have to wing it, folks. We're going to have to wing it. Finding comfort in the uncomfortable places. Wing one, truth. Oh, is that the feminine side of receiving higher wisdom? Oh my God, the truth. Wing two, daring. Oh, the one that's brave enough to do the truth, to be the truth. I am the truth. Fly, bird. Hell yeah, we fly on the bird of truth and daring. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's do this, motherfucker. Do something. What is winging it? Oh, wing it. To do something or try something without practice or preparation, without thought, without comparisons, without assuming, without judging, without any of that shit. I hadn't practiced this part or role before. I haven't been this part of myself before, so I just got up there and fucking did it. I've never flown out of my own nest before. I've never flown out of my own cage before, so I'm just gonna do it. Oh! All this talk about freedom, how about we be about freedom? Okay. No. Damn. Snap. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Blessings and gratitude. Blessings and gratitude. That's how we show our blessings and gratitude for ourselves, by living our lives in truth and daring actions. You can't always get what you want when you live that way, though. Most of the time, you won't. So, let your needs match your wants. Actually, your wants match your needs. Let's do that. Hey, 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 Chicken Little. I know. Alice, take me down the rabbit hole. I shall drink the tea. I shall drink the tea. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the crazy train. All aboard. Bring your personal protective equipment, aka trust of self. I'd like you to leave your ego outside my train today. If your ego is going to participate, it better have its safety gear on, goggles, I don't know, floaty devices, anything that helps it feel, I don't know, somewhat assured in the unassurable places. Assured in the unassurable places. Alice, lead the way, please. Thank you. Belonging to your own dream. Well, how the hell do you do that? Well, you leave the nest, okay? The nest of old stories you told yourself, the nest of old behaviors, the nest of obligations, the nest of control, the nest of, I don't know, traditions and expectations. You leave the fucking nest. You leave the fucking nest and you fucking fly on the wings of truth and daring. You create your own life by doing so. Oh, by going through the assuredly? Yeah, just being assured in the unassured places. Yeah, woo! That's trust of self, hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Belonging to the own dream. So today is about belonging to your own dream. Well, a dream state is, it's outside the realm of thought, logic, and reason, okay? It's in the imagination. I wonder what will happen next. It's in the imagination. It's the curiosity. It's the curiosity where you feel the truth. You can't really explain it, but you feel it, and then you trust it, and then you're daring enough to be it. Like, I wonder what will happen next. This is on the precipice of change, ready for an adventure, the pause before action. the pause before belonging to the dream. So the pause would be for what? Well, it's for an observation. And what are you observing with? Your thoughts or your like this depth, right? Like this is that energy of not practicing, but you're just going in and doing it. You're not thinking about it before you do it, before you observe it. Like, how am I gonna, like, you observe it, like this is your own feeling, like you just allow it. I don't know what to tell you here. And then you're like, you, instead of assuming what could happen next and idolizing what you would want to happen next, ideally, you just feel that is the feeling that I want. And then you wonder what will happen next. And then, well, you just jump into the unknown places, assured and the unassured. This is very interesting because we have, all of a sudden, I'm magical and shit. I'm open. I'm writing a new story. No longer justifying the same old behaviors. I'm writing a new story instead of living in a moment of regret, not fearing I made a mistake. Like, I didn't get what I wanted. Like, fearing I made a mistake. Fearing I made a mistake, so I'm trying to change the truth, manipulate the truth, alter the truth, so I get what I want. The how. Oh, no, that's not how it works. This is getting out of that nostalgia. Idolizing the past. Oh, my God, I literally just talked about idolizing something that it wasn't. Making something that it's not. Like, through logic, right? Like, trying to... Oh, God. Yeah, that was outside the dream. That was not part of the plan. That was not part of the dream at all. That was not part of the feeling. That wasn't real. That wasn't real. So this is fearing you made a mistake and idolizing the past. You need to just jump right on over that because mistakes are rare, you know, and when they are made, they're made for a reason. There's something that you need to gain, something positive you can gain from that mistake if you stop shoving it under the rug, justifying it, and repeating it by seeking validation for it. You can't, this is where you stop seeking the validation. You stop living in that container. You stop running around in a circle in your fucking nest and you jump. You fucking jump. You jump into something totally brave, totally new, and totally different here. This is definitely what's happening here. Look at this energy. Now, if I go, because I have to, listen, for whatever reason, I have to start in the past and come forward to the moment, the current moment, right? And now I'm going back. Well, it's kind of the current moment, but it's kind of the past. It's where the past ends and the current moment begins, okay? Like, it's the ending and the beginning right here in this nostalgia. And then you go into the what will happen next, which is the ready for the adventure. Instead of being in this stuck moment of not getting what you want, you're ready for the adventure of discovery. Right? You're ready for a change. Belonging to your own dream. Back to the current time, in this moment present. How are you in that moment present? Through your instinct and intuition together, through your thought and your emotions together, through the union, your belief in self, your union of thought and emotion together, the belief with the beyond practice. Like, you're no longer practicing your mistakes. You're beginning something new. Impossible things. This is working through complete disbelief. I'm all of a sudden magical and shit. Imaginative leaps, a fresh perspective right out of that fucking comfort nest. Oh my God, I'm taking that too. Here it is. Impossible things. Well, that's what they said. I'll get a universal card on this. The impossible things here. Getting out of that moment's regret, right? That moment's regret, the regret, and making a change. There's a change here. There's a change. You create a change from a seemingly a moment. You create a change. You learn from this mistake. You create change from it, okay? You make something positive from an old negative pattern. When you leave the nest, there's something positive that's gained from the pattern, okay? Possible things. Universal advice, please. Wonder what will happen next. Create space for new love. There's that blank page. Like, even if the surface is similar, right? Even if the surface is similar, I say this all the time to my friends. Even if the surface is similar, you have to be willing to go deeper to know the difference, right? You have to be willing to feel the difference. How this is where you create a space for love instead of bullshit. You feel the difference when you trust yourself instead of living in this moment's regret. That trust of self creates a trusting space, a safe space, a holding space, a protective safe space. Trust is protection in truth and in love. Creating a safe space for love. When a thing hurts your eyes, you stop looking at it. When a thing hurts your ears, you stop listening to it. And when it hurts your heart, truly hurts your heart, you stop justifying it. I love you, universe. No longer justifying this, saying you made a mistake. You were justifying something. That is the mistake. The mistake. Stop justifying mistakes. You have options that are meaningful. You can feel the difference between meaning and surface, between depth and surface, between vanity and dignity. One is wants and one is needs. One feels good and one appears good. All right? You appear to be getting what you want, but does it really feel like you want it? Well, it's how I wanted it, but is it what you want because it's how? Because it's in your control. Is it really what you want, or did it come from a place of fear? This is interesting. You have other options available to you. This is the impossible things, all of a sudden working through disbelief. If I could make just 2 wishes, I wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. Every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know your unimaginable importance just as you are to the lives of so many around you. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. You were a really good idea. Creating space for love. Belonging to your own dream. I wonder what will happen next, instead of living in feeling like we didn't get what we wanted kind of thing, or we're not getting what we want. Think about that. Are you not getting what you want how you wanted it? Or are you not getting what you want? Because how is control, and it comes from a place of idolizing and fear and false realities. Create the space for love through a state of trust. Fear does not exist in a place of trust. It does not. Impossible. It does not. Impossible things made possible working through disbelief. Let's get an innocent heart on this. Innocent heart, you know you want to come in here. I feel really wagtail like a mofo, which is the intuition getting louder, the silence that's getting louder, the depth that's getting that's craving to be experienced, to be like, ooh, like experienced, not just thought about, not just rehearsed, like experienced. Depth, that's the dream, the depth. Gratitude for that depth. Gratitude for the mistakes. Gratitude for the experience that creates new love. Oh my God. A new way to love, a higher way to love. There's other options that are available. There you go. Here we go. Just throw my shit. Just throw my shit. Removing the mask and creating new traditions. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Bum, 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 bum. We are no longer living in traditions of the control, the how, right? This is really getting out of the vanity and back into the dignity being restored. Here we go. Because when you live in a moment's regret, you are living in vanity. And that's because you didn't get what you wanted. All right. What you thought you wanted, which was not really what you wanted, because if you get back to it, it's more about the how. And that's not from the heart. How is from the mind. You do not love with your mind. You cannot protect what you control. Not even yourself. Nope, nope, nope. Protection comes from trust. Trust is expansive, not limiting. Okay? That's a new tradition here. Yeah, the gentle heart. Oh my God, guys. Guys. The original state restored. Holy shit. Scott Alexander King. Here we go. Traditions help us create memories while offering us a chance to do something special for our family. Here's the nest. Tradition offers the chance to pass on to others the things that make our hearts sing instead of our vanities, our wants, our conveniences, and our false comforts. Tradition is a powerful way to remind one another how much they are loved, how much they are valued. Not at a surface. I don't feel fucking loved from my surface. No, no, not at all. If traditions you follow religiously, obediently, offer no meaning and little joy, then it's time to create new ones that you'll be proud to pass on to your family and friends. Traditions tend to work in cyclic fashion, and that's okay if the cycles you are following are fruitful. If the place they return you to year after year is rewarding in some way, feels good, it's not on a surface appearance. But if the cycle you're following you tends to deliver you into sadness, confusion, and anger year after year, then it's time to change direction and offer yourself a new course, new value. What are you valuing? Your hows or your needs? Your whys. Your hows or your whys? What are you valuing more, your hows or your whys? It's time to switch traditions. One day you will grow up and realize that no matter how lost you may feel in life, you will always be shown your way back to your true heart, belonging to your own dream, the impossible things, the true heart. I was sitting and dreaming, wondering, when suddenly I realized that I'd lost a part of myself, and no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked and I looked, I searched high and I searched low, and I called out for that missing part of myself, and I looked deep down inside of my heart, and it was nowhere to be found. It was in this nest, it was nowhere to be found. So I left myself far behind, the nest of myself, the safety net of myself, the comfort zone of myself that I had created. I left all that far behind and went on a quest of wandering, searching, calling, yearning, and then I found it. Running from hill to dell, and then I felt it, drawing even closer, and then I saw it, a beautiful deer, my gentle heart. Somehow I knew that deer just represented a part of my soul that I had lost, so when I saw the deer and it saw me, I felt sad. I felt grief because there it stood outside of me, so innocent and so pure. But to me, so innocent and so pure, and to anyone else, my deer would have looked like any other deer, but to me, my deer was special. The depth of that deer was special. There was something in my deer, something I'd been looking for all my life, so I set myself down and I whispered, "Why are you out there, my love? Why are you not in here with me in my heart?" And at first the deer said nothing. It didn't respond, but stood very still, and for the longest of moments it didn't seem to remember me. And then suddenly it did, and it was happy and had no weight and had no obligation and lived no more under the weight of its world or mine. It just was. And here I am, fearing I still am not. I try to coax her out with beautiful songs and promises of offerings and precious gifts, yet she cares not so much for such things. She responds only to my smiles and the silent yearnings of my soul. Ever since I was little, I was very little, Audley and I have shared the same dream, a strange dream. We are brave knights and we belong to King Arthur's royal army. We have to go on a hunt for a beautiful white stag. I actually have a white stag. I am the white stag. The heart, the compassion. Anyway, we're the ones that find it, waiting for us in the grove of beautiful birch trees, shaking its antlers. It spies us for a bit, and then takes flight. It takes flight. We gallop after the stag, and he runs and runs, and oddly I believe we are chasing the stag, but now I think about it, I reckon the stag was leading us, taking us deeper and deeper into the darkness of the forest. Oddly, and I look forward to our dream because we love the places our stag takes us. Oddly, and I think our stag is what true love is made of. We think our stag is our heart, our song, our soul. It's the way to our safe place and our place of trust. I've told my grandma about our dream because she's a Christian. She said that the white stag is most likely Christ consciousness. Why on earth would Christ dress up like a stag? She told me that a man called Saint Eustace was out hunting and happened upon a deer with a cross sitting magically between its antlers. He was so surprised that he promised to become a Christian straight away, and sadly his whole family dies. But when he learns to totally trust and love the Christ consciousness, his family is magically returned to him. To me, the white stag in Grandma's story is the heart in River's journal, and the stag in our dream are the same thing, a beautiful promise that one day we'll find the truth, and one day we'll grow up and realize why things sometimes happen, and that no matter how lost we might feel in life, that we are always shown the way back to the true heart where the warmth of love is home. Sadness is a good emotion. It helps us find the stillness and appreciation and peace. In the stillness of sorrow, we begin to notice the little things we have grown to forget, like the dewdrops on a spider web, the rainbow that forms in the sunlight as it hits the droplet of water on a kitchen tap, and the sweet sound of a baby laughing. The heart's yearning is a sweet song that calls to us the things that we have grown to believe are make-believe and possible things that we discredit for the house. The dreams, the longing of childhood, these are powerful forces. All that is needed for us to remember that power is to focus it with pure innocence. Innocence is not entitled to get what we want. It's the feeling, it's the need, it's the excitement, it's the joy, it's the anger, it's the everything. It's the whole experience of self. Sometimes the only way to appreciate the light in our life is to first spend quality time in our darkness, with compassion for our own darkness, led right into compassion for our own darkness. Sometimes the best way to discover what we truly want in life is first contemplate what we do not want. Imagination, impossible things, unlocking the imagination. Imagination is the most magical doorway anyone can walk through on their quest for individual truth. No longer in a moment's regret, creating new patterns moving forward. The compassion. The key word associated with heart is compassion. Heart is graceful, elegant, and sophisticated. This is compassion that's bred through your own traumas, for your own traumas. Your darkness, your truth. Heart is graceful, elegant, and sophisticated. She is the love of spirit, forbearing and tolerant of others. She has the healing power that is derived from one source. That is the truth. She is associated with the other world in a very direct way. The stag god, the warrior and the bride. She is the subtle messenger of the unseen realm who calls you to follow and connect your own heart. Heart is the symbol of love, and she encourages you to explore the world of spirit, to develop your own psychic abilities, your own trust of self. She indicates the beginning of a wonderful new adventure. She signals you to take note of your dreams and to be introspective with love and to listen to your intuition. She encourages you to be open to the unusual and the fae, to be assured in the unassurable places. Oh. Creating space for new love that opens a meaning where the options that you provide that are incoming and outgoing are meaningful with depth. We're no longer justifying when things hurt our values, our hearts. Creating space for love. Let's pull the intuition. This, inside of individual bodies, individuals, is your feminine consciousness. This would be your nurturing, your compassion, your kindness, the motherly energy that we are all capable of practicing, okay, and becoming for the dreams. Okay. Good talk, strong finish. Intuition, feminine energy, what you're the nurturing, all right? What you're feeling, this knowing, right? The emotions that connects you to your intuition. We have been building emotions on thoughts for far too long in old traditions, and it is now time to build thoughts from our individual truths, right? Naturally, not in a state of fear though, because when you're in a state of fear, you don't make good decisions for yourself or others. This is in a state of trust, no matter the outcome. We're not attached to ideas. We are free from the nest. We're in the flow of feeling, in the flow of truth. Oh my gosh. It's time to cut the deck. In the flow, the sea turtle. This is in the flow of your emotions. This is literally the ability to skim through all of your emotions, all emotions, in a state of grace, in a state of peace, in a state of woohoo, even sometimes, you know, all of it. You're just so, you learn from the mistakes, you know, you learn from the waves that come and go. You learn from the things, right? You don't get stuck in a wave and just tumble yourself over just because, when you know that you're a superhero that could actually go through those waves, like with no problem. Like, this is, stop repeating the pattern of being stuck in that fucking nest. Okay, that's the freedom where you nurture yourself. Look at the soul, the vulnerability on the surface. The vulnerability is on the surface, and yet it still has the ability to go within, no matter where it is, and in its environment, it has the ability to go within and nurture itself back to center, right? Not stuck. It's the call of the heavens. It's also the 12 personalities of self, the 12 sun signs. We release our entitlement to get what we think we want. Release the how. Release the how. The how is the other creation. Like, this is co-creating from truth, right? The release the how, release the control, release the fear, release whatever is keeping you from feeling your value. Whatever thought it is, whatever tradition it is, whatever old thing it is, whatever comparison it is, whatever assumption it is, whatever judgment it is, it's time to release it right here. Building your psychic abilities through the trust of self. Opening up your intuition. That's the protection of trust. Right there. That's the higher wisdom. Sacrificing the logic. Sacrificing the control. Sacrificing the structure. That's the light that's coming through all the darkness right there. Shedding light in the darkest of places. Release. Release what prevents you from receiving reciprocity, right? That's the how factor. It prevents you from receiving your value because you're more focused on the how, the ideal, the comfort, the false comfort, the convenience of it. This is the why factor that opens you up to receive. When you release the how, you open the why, the receptors, the receptive void within, the feminine consciousness right there. If the flower is trying to control what the bee is bringing in, the flower is never going to survive, okay? The bee is the truth that's coming in, that's flowing in, the feminine consciousness that gives the flower what it needs to grow. Not what it wants, what it needs. Oh, hell. And if it wants what it needs, then it's living a fulfilled life, a growth. Fucking bloody hell. Life's purpose right there. Just like that. Psychic abilities, the truth. What is the companion to the truth? Well, can't have truth without trust, and the companion of that is loyalty. When you trust yourself, loyalty is a natural effect. You are loyal to your very fucking core. It is something that you provide for yourself. Loyalty is not something you build in others for things that you do for them or please them with. No, loyalty is something they either have in themselves through their own self-fucking respect and dignity, or it is not. And loyalty comes with dignity, not vanity. Psychic abilities, discernment, knowing the difference between the surface that looks the same and the depth beneath it. Authenticity, the ritual of self, the bison. Let's talk about the bison real fast because that's both heavenly and earthly. Grounded and heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, and yet the heart and mind rise to the sky. The heart leads the way, so the mind rises to the higher consciousness. It's not about entitlement or getting what it wants or being comfortable. It's literally about being at peace, and no matter what it's going through, to grow. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, and a bump in the road as opportunity to be uplifted. A mistake is an opportunity to build value in self, right? Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death. It does not fear loss. It does not fear illness. It does not fear misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss all the time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. You are a precious gift. You are a life, and you are a gift. You cannot be the gift of self if you are under the control and comfort and convenience of someone else. Their house. Fuck your house. Social dilemma bus. Life's purpose. There's a new beginning here. There's a new story. There's new things. It's just new. It's fucking new. We're going to build as we go. Right here. Right fucking here. We're going to trust in the unknown. Assured in the uninsurable places. Right here. Just like that. Masculine energy. Yep. This is the instinct, where the mind builds from its senses, where it trusts its senses. The instinct connects to its own intuition. And that's where the mind is supposed to build from that, the unknown, right? The mind builds from the natural with trust instead of fear. So it's not acting out of a place of pain or resentments or blah, 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 blah. It's in the now. It's right here in the now. Building. Tell me, Mr. Sea Turtle, with all of your experience floating along the surface, vulnerability on the surface. Let's do this. Oh my God, vulnerability on the surface is the heart. It is the heart. You wear your heart on the surface, not afraid of rejection, not afraid of making mistakes, not afraid of abandonment, not afraid of uncomfortable emotions that you are not here to fix, change, manipulate, or sway, but to comfort, right? To support, to encourage, to inspire, to grow from. Courage, emotional courage. So fucking sea turtle, emotional courage. Straight the fuck up. The message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. And that sound will not be heard nor the message discerned or received until we retreat from the noise of our vanity-ridden modern day life. The magic essence of the golden egg, it needs warmth, it needs quiet, it needs time to unfold. There's no rushing, no pushing, no striving, no grasping. You find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or even meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection. Just introspect and contemplate When the mind begins to settle all of its thoughts and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart and stay open to even uncomfortable responses that you may receive. The feeling, if it's sorrow, feel it and allow it. Honor it. Why is it there? Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice, and it requires becoming intimate with our very own essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message that it's been waiting to tell you. Releasing. There's this release here, right? Where you release, it's releasing the control on how you receive. So you can, if you limit how you receive truth, then you're not up to actually engaging in truth. Oh, I want truth, but I'm going to control how I receive it. Then you don't want truth. What you want is validation. That's not truth. Releasing that shit. Struck by divinity. All prevailing truth seeker. Right there. Just going to do it from the book so y'all don't think I'm bullshitting you. All prevailing power, the truth seeker, transforms karma. You release your resentment, wishing it was different, fearing you made a mistake, right? Wishing it was different, fearing you made a mistake, or control your how, right? The noble eagle emanates the light of the sun. The great bird is both physically and spiritually strong. It represents the mastery of the elements of fire and air. And this eagle appears, you'll be soon thrown into a karmic fire for the sake of your own personal transformation. The eagle pushes us to be our best and our brightest, most authentic selves and stops at nothing to see us shine. You better grasp the sun in your talons and hold on for the ride. You are stronger than you think you are. You can handle the whole truth. It is not as scary as your mind tells you it is when it's not getting its how. Okay? Tell me about the wisdom here that's gained. This is seeing through the bullshit. This is the discernment that's gained, the psychic ability here. This is seeing through the shit. This is the depth, going deeper. Haha, crossroads, claiming your truth. Life's purpose, the tarantula. That's your fire, that's your passion, your personal self-expression, your own individual fucking truth. Oh, fuck it, let's read the book. Let's do it. Go on an adventure. Claiming your life's purpose. This is prioritizing your deeper purpose. This is prioritizing your wants and your needs. Getting your wants to actually be your needs instead of driving you further and further away from your needs and always leaving you feeling less than worthy. It's time to value yourself at a soul level instead of a fucking surface appearance. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah it is. Sacrifice. When the call to the heavens is actually heard, it's comprehended, it's communicated, there's communication and there's comprehension. The willingness, the openness to the new, right? Instead of preconceived notions, agenda, the hows, right? The idea, the ideal version of you, right? The ideal that I'm creating in my mind through control. This is where it's destroyed. It's fucking destroyed. Why? Because the message of divinity was received. And that's the lightning coming down and shattering and destroying all the fucking dark bullshit that you lived in, justified and validated. Just fucking gone, man. Just fucking gone. The wings of truth and daring. Two fucking noble birds of divinity right fucking here. This is not a drill. This is so not a drill. Just... woo! That's a roller coaster. The messenger of divinity, the heart, the compassion. This is the messenger of divinity, the all-seeing, the watchful and all-seeing. The keen-eyed bird of the hawk has the ability to see the little details as well as the bigger picture, the depth as well as the surface. Yup. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you. The fate of sacrifice has its eyes on you. Sacrifice your agenda. Sacrifice your personal gain. And the winds of perception are shifting on the precipice of change, the impossible made possible. The hawk carries news upon its wings that's sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. It should not be mocked. And although it may seem small or insignificant, maybe even dramatic, it will redirect your course. It sees clearly and is highly intuitive. It's shattering the old self that was too suspicious, oversees things in a state of fear and suspicion. Holy shit. The life's purpose here. Oh my God. Untying itself from the nest right here. The novice, the newbie, awakening to its own purpose, its own truth, its own woohoo! Yeah, factor. All right, the dog here. Tell me about the dog, the companion, the loyalty to the truth, the sea serpent. I literally just showed us this. The companion to the truth, the sea serpent. That's the expression of it. How do you protect yourself in vulnerability? You express it. Trust of self. It also protects you from those that would take from it, because you feel when people are taking it or exploiting it. Healing emotional wounds, expressing true desires. The sea serpent represents the energy of personal expression, emotions, creativity, sensuality, nurturance. The desire of the sea serpent helps us move and direct our own energy into a healthy current, high vibration of trust in oneself. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. I honor how I express myself sexually. I don't feel ashamed because I don't do it the way other people do it, or why they do it the other way. Like, individual, no comparisons, right? We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease. Our relationships are deep and meaningful. They're enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment, and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds through truth. When the energy of the sea serpent was not activated, the emotions and creativity were left in muddy waters. The current of expression stagnated in some areas of our life and flooded in others, where we only expressed half of ourselves and lived restricted and angry and liars, okay? Denying it with validation and justification it. Cleared. Clear! It is important to remember that no matter what the waters of your emotional lives look like, the sea serpent, which is divine feminine energy, loves us the same. Unconditional love, Christ consciousness in the depths of darkness. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in the gesture of protection, supporting us as we learn to express our true natures. Belonging to our own dream, the impossible made possible, getting out of feeling nostalgic, right? Fearing we made a mistake, correcting our errors, right? Writing the new story through discovery, adventure, curiosity. Rumi, my brother, come in with a grand landing, sir. Thank you, thank you. Let's do it. Rumi, wing it. Beyond the threshold of fear. Beyond the threshold of fear. The fearing I made a mistake. Beyond that. Enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back like a bar behind the door. How I celebrate for you. After so long away from home, you are finally returning. Beyond the threshold of fear, you dispense with your doubts, hesitations, cautions, and tentativeness. They are old friends with whom you no longer have anything in common. Goodbye, old friends. I wish you well. You say, Willis, turning your face to the begoing light of the new and yet ancient world. You are visiting as though for the first time, and yet somehow you also remember deep in your sacred heart. Finally, we can sit together in the charming courtyard at home. We shall tell our tales of adventure and laugh, and we shall dance and sing, and eventually day shall pass into night, and we'll gaze beneath our feet, our mouths gaping open in awe, and our minds utterly blank, rendered dumb in the sweet submission of beauty, as we watch the world spinning on her axis. After so long, you are changing your relationship to fear. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You're becoming able to observe your fear, to witness your fear, even to have compassion for it rather than resistance. Instead of unconsciously sabotaging your growth and choosing to slumber in darkness, you awaken and delight in the light and the sound of your divine being. Push and pull one step forward and half a step back, so it has been for so long, and you have endured. Yes, you are winning the race, brave one. Fear is left to fizzle out. It was always a far less beautiful firework than the passionate conviction for love anyway. Better to let the dazzling firework come to light instead. It's much more satisfying. Oh, what a spiritual marathon you've been running. Now the end is in sight. You are drinking the sacred waters to replenish you from your journey, emotional wounds being healed. The cups are pushed into your hand by encouraging angels as you approach the blessed sash marking the finish line. Your body and your soul are on the journey together, and now they are ready for victory. And yes, to rest and recover from the effort. Rest now before the new adventure begins from a completely different state of being. From fear to love. From doubt to trust. This oracle comes with spiritual guidance for you. You have broken through a barrier, a self-imposed limitation, a barrier of fear, whether it seemed to originate from within your consciousness or from an external set of circumstances. It held you back from taking the steps you are now taking, or just about to take, the steps you may feel strange, new, uncertain, and yet exciting. Your mind might not have received the memo that fear-based existence is no longer in operation for you. It may need a loving, tender reassurance and a firm update that the relationship you have with fear is rather different. You are the witness of your fears, not your victim of them, not the victim of your fears. You are the witness of them. Your consciousness is strong enough to hold it in compassion. You don't collapse under the weight, and in fact, it's becoming less and less substantial for you. When it is there, it seems less convincing than it once did or appeared to be. Compelling still at times, perhaps, but not as near as powerful as it once was. The power has been claimed by your heart instead. So give your mind the memo, get used to the new way, and take the steps. Test your new legs, test your wings. You'll find them powerful and ready. Ready? Get set to fly. Test your wings. Trust is one and daring is the other. You'll find them enthusiastic for flight and ready to learn, to ride the currents, purpose built for soaring to the greatest of heights. You need to trust your vision. Without the murky filter of fear, it is sharp and clear, crystal clear. You see what is meant for you, what is true for you, and what is beckoning you forward now. Take the running leap of faith, my friends. There is no darkness and light for you anymore, just life, living free and clear. I'll be running and flying beside you. We'll soar and dive and rise together. Let's play. I love you and have a great day.